She's an award-winning YouTuber and best-selling author obsessed with helping you go after the life you want.
I like it.
Join her as she seeks out the stories and strategies.
Give me every little detail.
Of extraordinary people who found success.
I'm going to get emotional. Oh my God.
Welcome to Detail Therapy with Amy Landino.
Good morning, good life. Welcome back to Detail Therapy. This is our final episode of season 2. And if you have been around for a little while, you remember the finale for season 1, which was episode 20. You know what is about to happen. If you don't, think about every episode of the show, every interview that we've done. Every guest that comes on is asked the same question at the very end. And that question is, what does it mean to you to go after the life that you want? So to send off season 2, we are going to fully recap everyone who was featured in season 2 with that question and what their answers were as one big motivational push for you to go and do that, for you to go and do the thing that it takes for you to go after the life that you want. So stay tuned for that. Before we jump in, my name is Amy Landino. I will be your host. I'm a YouTube creator, professional speaker, best-selling author, and business owner. I'm here to help you go after the life that you want. You can find out more details about me by visiting youtube.com/AMYTV. I have to say, I'm just so darn excited that we have reached the end of another season. Seasons are very arbitrary. I just keep choosing the number. I'm like, oh, we're on an even number. We should probably stop. That's part of the reason. But also, I take these interviews extremely seriously. I like to do them in person. I like for you to feel like there is the dynamic between the two of us during the conversation. So this is kind of the stopping point that we are at. As you also probably know, especially if you heard episode 39, I am in the midst of writing my second book at the moment. It's called Good Morning, Good Life. Stay tuned for that. Shameless plug. So I figured while I'm doing that, and while you continue to enjoy the rest of your summer, we'll take a little break here and just give ourselves a breather. Give ourselves some time to actually do the thing that it means for you to go after the life that you want. So just so you know, mark your calendar, Sharpie it in. Season 3 of Detail Therapy will be back on Tuesday, September 3rd. Make sure you stay tuned for that. So do not go very far. It's very important that you're here. Stay subscribed. I have to tell you, we already have a really awesome season coming. Before I sit down to write the pages of the book, I have to take one last trip. And that trip is going to be out to Vegas and LA. I am going to be at MGM in Vegas for the Women's Leadership Conference. Very excited. They are sponsoring me to go out there to record episodes of Detail Therapy. They specifically said, Amy, we want Detail Therapy at this conference. I'm not kidding you. They said those words. They didn't say anything about AMYTV. They said Detail Therapy. We want you at this conference. We do think that there are some people here that would be great for the show, but please just do whatever you feel. We'll set up a spot for you. And so I'm so darn excited about this, y'all. I am live podcasting now. I feel like I'm leveling up in this whole microphone world. I'm totally going to have to do my hair and put makeup on, but it's a different story. So that's what's happening. I'm going to be getting a few interviews there. I think I've already got my eye on a few speakers. I'm hoping that'll sit down with me, which is great. I'm going to be talking about some of the issues there where they are talking about taking center stage. We're going to be talking about that here on the show in season 3. So that's really going to be a big piece of it. But I've also got some great interviews lined up when I head out to LA right after that. You know how I like to travel to the coasts to go talk to some people for the show. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I am going to be giving a little bit of a sneak peek to my friends over in the Shine Squad at patreon.com/AMYTV of who I'm going to be talking to. Because, I like to get questions for my guests from people who listen to this show. And so that's what I like to go to the Shine Squad for. I will be giving them an in. So if you're in that group, no matter when you join, you can literally find out. It's just going to be on the wall there. You can find out who will be on the show in season 3. But you can also chime in and share some questions that you would ask those people. So pop over there if you are not already in, or if you are, then I hope you are sharing the questions that you would like to hear me ask on the show. Anyway, you're not going to want to miss it, you guys. Season 3 is already packed. I can't believe it, but I might have all of season 3 planned already, and it's kind of blowing my mind at the moment, which is why I'm like, okay, we need to take a little bit of a chill pill. We need to get ready for this. It's going to be awesome. So make sure you're telling your friends about the show. Make sure you're leaving a review if this has done anything to help you in the past. If I've given you one little tidbit or lots of tidbits, I just hope that this is making the difference in your life, and your review of the show means a lot. And you just simply telling one person about the show means a lot, because that is how we continue to grow a community of people who are like-minded and doing good things on this planet. So thank you so much in advance, and for any past love that you have shown. I greatly appreciate it. I'm also greatly appreciated for the last time in season 2 for the sponsor of this episode, and that is our dear friends who've been showing up for us in a big way, Four Sigmatic. Listen, again, I'm going to be clear, still pretty sure I don't like mushrooms. I just got back from Italy. They were still an issue for me. I just can't get into them. However, mushroom, coffee, totally different situation. So if you like mushrooms, you're going to love this. If you don't like mushrooms, I think you're still going to be on board. So if you don't already know, Four Sigmatic is a superfood company founded by a group of Finnish fun guys. They are aiming to popularize functional mushrooms and adaptogens by incorporating them into products like coffee, tea, and cacao. So here is what I would like to share with you. Even though they get a lot of flack for being less than ideal, especially from me, mushrooms and adaptogens are some of the world's most nutritious foods. So they're very, very hard to ignore at this point, okay? We just need to get in on this. Four Sigmatic is making it easier for you to do that, get the benefits of it without sacrificing taste if you're one of those people that's like me. So the first thing you've got to try is the mushroom coffee with lion's mane and chaga. This is something I drink almost every day. Sometimes I have regular coffee, and sometimes I want the coffee that has this stuff. This is a great coffee fix, but it's also going to help with productivity. So I specifically reach for it when I'm having a day where there's a lot on deck for me, or I'm feeling sluggish and behind already. You know, I'm doing my normal routine in the morning. I got enough sleep, but I'm still not 100% there. This is going to help me with that productivity, the focus, and the creativity. And these are really important things to us, I know. And so that's why I want to point out this specific product to you. There are lots of other options. You're definitely going to want to check out their site. They give you filters so that you can check based on what you prefer the drink to be or the supplement to be versus what it does for you. And that's great. So whether you care about the taste, the type, the caffeination, or if there is not caffeination in it, Whole30 compliant, anything for productivity, energy, gut health, you're going to be able to limit your search by that so you can find the right product for you. The other product that I really like is the energy booster, and that is the Cordyceps Mushroom Elixir. And this is great because it's something that I will do pre-workout, something before I'm going to spend a lot of energy, like real exertion of energy, not just introvert spending energy, like real energy. This is what I reach for. And this is something you can just add to a hot drink like coffee or tea. So if you're powering through that session with your trainer, check out the Cordyceps Mushroom Elixir mix to add to your drink. But honestly, just my everyday is that mushroom coffee, lion's mane, and chaga. So go and check that out. Four Sigmatic is having a great summer sale, and you need to take advantage of it because we like to save the monies. Foursigmatic.com/detail therapy will get you an additional 15% off of that first order. So go to foursigmatic.com/detail therapy. I'm just going to spell it really quick for you. FOURSIGMATIC.com/detail therapy. Definitely pick up the coffee. Just trust me on this one, okay? All right, we have no choice but to bring season 2 to a close, but I'm so excited you get to hear again from all of the amazing people who sat down with me, and that includes Sarah Evans, Pat Flynn, Michelle Tillis Letterman, Ryan Harwood, Ryan Rubin, Sandy Rains, Frank Cosenza, Brett Kaufman, Lindsay Moeller, Gretchen Rubin, Chris Ducker, and Alyssa Mastromonaco. To my friends, what does it mean to you to go after the life that you want?
It means everything to me at this point. I feel like as I'm approaching a big milestone birthday, I realize you only have so much time on this planet. And if I want to model the life for my children that I want them to have, I have to do it. If I want to leave behind a legacy, I have to do what I say I'm going to do. I've made a lot of mistakes in life. I made a lot of mistakes early on. And in my 20s, I've learned from them. I wouldn't trade them for the world. But now I feel like I have the tools and equipment to do what I can do, and I want to do it, and I want to live every day like that.
Stay in your happy lane. That's all. So many people are doing things just because somebody else told them what to do, or because that's what they thought they were supposed to grow up to do. But you have to meditate and be present and listen to yourself. Are you happy? And if you're not, go get happy. That's it. Go get happy.
I've always believed in the phrase, and I dedicated one of my books with this dedication is Design Your Ideal. And this is where I shifted from a scarce mindset to an abundant mindset. It wasn't like I'm working for the man in finance. It was, well, I know I want to be a working mom. I knew I wanted to be a mom, and I knew I wanted to work. And I wanted the flexibility to always be in the front row at every single, oh God help me, I'm always in the front row, at every little concert and band thing and school play. It's gotten a little bit better in middle school. And yet I still wanted to have something that was meaningful to me. And so it means design your ideal. Whatever that looks like for you, whatever it is you want to fit in, don't worry about balancing it. Just fit in what you want to fit in and let the rest go.
It's all about constantly recalibrating to make sure that you are happy. So it's easy to get into a rut and a routine where you think you are because like that's just what you've always done type thing. But I think if you can take a step back and really understand if like what's going on in your life, is this what is actually making you happy? Are you fulfilled? Are you smiling when you wake up in the morning, excited to do what you're about to do? That's what it's all about for me.
I don't want a big life. I don't want an explosive life. Like I live a life where I don't have to put up with anybody's other than my own. I don't have angry clients, angry customers coming at me. I don't have management coming down on me. And when I decided I didn't want that anymore, I took a giant step back. And it's the first time that I've ever enjoyed my work, my life. Like my house is peaceful. My work is peaceful at this moment, and I couldn't imagine it any other way at this point. I couldn't imagine having any extra stressors from life out there. And it feels great that it took me some odd years to do that, but I finally have achieved it.
Well, what it means to me, and after Laura's accident, realizing how important balance is. And one of the things for me is having time for the important things in my life, my family, my faith, my friends, my health, and staying fit. All of those things is really important to me, and that means having balance.
Happiness. I've tried other lifestyles before this. If you can imagine, I want to be a lawyer. And yes, money would have been amazing, and I would probably have a cup that runneth over. But unfortunately, I wasn't happy. I was stuck at a desk. It wasn't enough physical activity for me. And I wasn't helping anybody, right? Like I was just a number. And now I get to help people experience what I experienced when I was 14, 15 years old. And I lost that weight, and I had that moment where it was my pants fell off, and I was like, what am I gonna do? Weightlifting, weight training, working out is the greatest simile to life, metaphor for life. It is the exact same thing. Life's gonna be a struggle. There is gonna be variables and things you can't handle in life. Deaths, weddings, babies, doesn't matter what it is. Your body's gonna have to suffer through all of it with you. Like you can't just change it at the whim, right? Like I can't go to the store and be like, I want a new body because this jalopy that I have, I want a Ferrari. I think that we do take for granted what we're capable of, but we also don't use our potential because we like to overcomplicate things. My suggestion to you is if you want to be happy and healthy in life, take care of your body and it'll take care of you.
I think it means really being in creation. You know, I believe that we as individuals have the power to create whatever it is that we want for ourselves and that we want to give to the world in this life. And so creating that every day and where you are out of alignment, how you can get back in integrity and really continue to create a life that you want is one that you really have to choose thoughtfully and you know in being in action towards. And so, you know, for me, it's about trying to be love and kindness and impactful and you know, continuing to discover and forgive myself and others and continue to just you know, be more and more in that kind of essence of who I am. Discover that and be in it.
It means finding that passion and purpose. And if we're not driven, and that's just because that's what I found, you know, it was when I had a chip on my shoulder, and not that everyone has to go through that, but when I had that like fire in me, like that really burned a fire in me that I was like, I will stay up all night until I fix this problem. And I had never felt that type of drive before. I've always been a driven person. I've always been an athlete. I've always been extremely well in school. And like, so, but those things kind of came naturally and easy to me. This was a challenge. I'm like, I had to figure this out and I'm going to change the world doing it, you know? And it wasn't until that moment that I was like, I'm going after this one thing and realizing that I have the power to do it. I think that's another piece, is finding that you are powerful, you can make a difference, and you can change the world. And in whatever lane that is, just find it.
The tricky part of that question is knowing the life that you want, because I think sometimes people don't really know what they want from their life. And so there's a lot of self-reflection. And then it's about how do you create a situation where you're able to achieve your aims. And that's really what I write about all the time, which is like, once we know what we want, how do we get there? Because I think there's different ways for different people. But that's, for me, it's knowing myself and then creating an environment where I'm able to keep my promises to myself.
It's a simple one for me. It means that I get more time with my kids. It's really that simple. Seriously, that's it. Someone asked me yesterday at lunch, what do you want your legacy to be? And I just said, I want my kids to be my legacy. I want them to do better than me, plain and simple. So that's it. That's what that means. I know it might not be the sexiest answer you've ever heard, but for me as a dad, it's all about my babies.
It means that when I die, I'm going to know I did what I wanted to do.
And that's a wrap. That's a wrap on season 2. How special is that? Just listening to all of that back, all of these people just sharing so much of themselves with you so that you can use their experiences to go out and do something better for yourself, be a better version of you. So awesome. I mean, this is the coolest job ever, you guys. What was your favorite advice that you heard today? Pop over to the Detail Therapy Podcast at Details podcast. And if you just look for the latest Instagram post, share what you thought there in the comments. Make sure you check out the details for all my favorite stuff at Four Sigmatic in the show notes at detailspodcast.com. Just swipe up to your show notes, or you can go to detailspodcast.com and look for episode 40. That's all for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. Remember to subscribe for good vibes, kiss the ones you love, and go after the life that you want. I'll see you in season 3. Cheers.